Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the tabletop role-playing game club, where we're playing Legend of the Five Ring Shadow Empire. Everybody's here. Everybody's ready. My name's Corey, Matt, James, Sasha, Tarek, Crystal, and in this episode, someone will be voted off the island.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hopefully it's the Shosuro. Oh, that's been coming after us. Kick him out of
I
the
got immunity last week.
Pardon me?
Get the paddle ready.
Yes, Tarek, I remember you used your immunity idol last week, right?
I did, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Got
Which
yourself
sucks
safe.
because now I'm vulnerable, and that's what I'm saying. Don't put that juju on.
Everybody seems to be allied against you right now.
I know.
So winning your
Because nobody
challenge
likes to get
is paramount.
Paramount?
Oh, me or Gizmo's Corey. Yeah, sure.
You might have to reorganize this real quick. Sasha's map disappeared, so she has to.
And
reload
yeah,
it.
now I have to reorganize everybody.
You do? But she was the last
Aside.
person in the row.
When you had to reload, you were the last person in the row too. So
While I do that, Tarek, would you like to talk about the things that I usually talk about while we start?
Yeah, thanks to all of our patrons who are scrolling down below. Thank you for keeping the lights on and making sure that these immunity challenges continue to be important. I'll also go ahead and look up our YouTube channel real quick to see who won the poll this week. We do a poll every week to see who needs the most support to get over the hump, and I believe we did one last week. Oh, did you do one last week?
Yes, we did.
we did one last week, and Doji Daisuke won last week.
Yes, Doji Daisuke one last week. I'm saying this week. I don't see the poll up for.
Really? It's Narin.
It's Naurin. Naurin won the poll this
suspected.
week.
I
I
suspect.
don't see it, but
It's
I
on the
will
community
accept
channel. It got 13 votes total.
it. Oh yeah, now I'm seeing it. Now it's loading finally.
Gotta
Yep,
be
Naurin
honest,
runs
I
by a
don't even know where to
landslide.
look
Holy
for
crap.
this.
Yep. Naurin is going to be stomping some faces this game. We also want to thank our sponsors. This week's sponsor is Nano Juice. It's a juice that is invisible.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
It
thought
couldn't
you
be
said
right
something.
out.
I thought you said something completely different. I'm like, where is he going with this? Oh no! Where is he?
I said Nano Juice.
Yes, nano juice, of course.
We didn't
It's
hear
juice.
at the end.
Oh man, I don't know if you've ever heard about this like interesting cartoon that was released not too long ago.
Does it have anything to do with Nano Juice?
It has something to do with Corey's misinterpretation of your words, but
Let's not go there.
Then we're not talking
let's
about it.
leave it
It's
alone.
It's innocent, but it sounds terrible.
We'll just
I do
leave
not
it,
trust that
Leave it
at all.
all up to the imagination of people. Whatever
Yeah.
they think is happening. You go with that.
Imagination.
Thank you for watching live and commenting. We love to see your comments. We love to see your likes. We love to see you following us on Twitch or subscribing, however you are watching us. Let's begin. You guys, there's a couple dead corpses.
At least they're not living corpses.
That would suck.
And there's a giant.
Yeah.
Eric, Sasha, you forgot to hide away.
Y'all are still in the
props.
thick fog with lots of spider webs. And how are you getting through these spider webs? That's an interesting question.
That's a good question, yes.
I forgot to what now, Matt?
Put away your background props.
What do you mean?
What?
When Corey said there's a bunch of corpses, and I was like, oop, caught that on camera. Halloween props.
He's saying you got
Sorry,
dead
I'm
bodies
still
behind
lost.
you.
Thank you, James.
Made absolutely no sense, even with an explanation, but thank you.
He's saying that out of the people in this group, anybody fucking around, they're more likely to find out with you.
I didn't even kill anybody last time, so I think we can say that they're Sora's corpses. I think Moshi Sora got the highest kill count. Or maybe Kuranagi.
I think Kuranagi
Probably
did.
Kuranagi. I think I killed one, but it's only dead because it's a minion.
Okay. Well, there's a couple dead corpses. I'm sorry, corpses.
Yes. Normal
I mean,
corpses.
Dead.
I mean, it is Legend of the Five Rings, and living corpses are a thing, but these are not.
Most people don't specify unless they're not dead.
You were here at the behest of
The spider monks.
the spider monks, who say that there is an item that can help you guys at the center of these spider webs.
Yeah. So we need to look around and see if we can find a way through the maze.
I just need to find the shortest distance. 'Cause
I'm just
as
going
we
to
said
keep
before the
watch of
fight
the
even
horses.
began, I can just spam like a ghost to get to it. Because if I fail, I just don't go anywhere. If I succeed, I move at least one range band without disturbing anything. So I can get there. The rest of you, though, I don't have any way of helping you to get there.
I'll just keep watch of the horses.
But if all we
I'm-
need is to just take the time and get the item and get back out, I can do that.
All right.
Everybody sees the little note on the map, right?
Mm,
Note.
No.
On the lantern?
on where?
The lantern.
What lantern?
There are two lanterns.
Nobody sees. anything.
Next to Naurin and
It's right
well,
here.
There's nothing
Nope.
there.
Nothing there.
Okay, give me a second here.
It's an empty hex.
I will go to drawing walls, journal notes. Yeah, it should be there.
Wargriz
Yes.
said on YouTube that for the somebody getting voted off the island, he votes Corey.
Yeah, I read that already.
I don't know if it will help you, but you can look at my map and see if anything
Yeah, it's-
pops up.
It's there on your map, Crystal. I don't know why it's not there on other people's maps.
What am I looking for then?
There's a little icon that looks like a book.
Ah, okay. I figured out the
Nope.
problem. So for people who don't have it, there is a button on the left side that it looks like a bookmark. Normally it's gray, but right now it's gray and purple. And if you click on it, then it changes what options you have on the left-hand side, but then you'll be able to see the notes on the map. And if you unclick it, it'll go away.
There you go.
Aha.
I figured it out.
And
Isn't
there
this
are
the thing that I
notes
did-
on the map, and you should discuss them.
Yesterday, last time?
Okay, what am I looking for?
There's a little button right here.
A little book on the lantern.
It becomes a book on top of the hex.
It's right here.
Did you click the journal button?
You might also need to click toggle display or toggle notes display if it's not already toggled on.
I mean, Corey said that it was showing, but
As soon as I followed Sasha's advice on clicking journal notes on that left-hand
Not journal
column,
notes.
the icon appeared.
Yes, journal notes. That's the button. That's what it's
Is that what
called.
it's called?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I thought journal notes was the button up in the right.
No,
hand.
that's
just journal.
literally what it's called.
That's just journal.
Yeah.
okay. It turns out Corey just knew what I should be looking for, and I had no fucking idea.
I said
So
a little
it,
book
it
on
was
the...
a little white square, an itty bitty minuscule white square in the middle of the hex,
Is
and I
that
couldn't
not-
see it until I scrolled way in.
I said it was on the lantern. It's on the lantern. I said it's a little
Crystal
book
just needs
icon.
some
You said it was a
glasses.
book. It's a tiny white square that doesn't look like anything.
That's a book, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I can tell it's a book now that I've scrolled in until the hex is an inch tall on my screen.
You know what? You're valid for that.
I also have bad eyes.
Map scale is an issue, no matter
Carol
which.
Corey, you're
which
outvoted.
system
Get off
you're
the
playing
island.
in.
Oh, surprise turn of events!
Okay, how do I read it though? Okay, double click.
Double click to open it.
We'll have to figure out how to use all of the buttons without you. That's just the way it's going to have to be.
Maps in the future might have a lot of little note things that you could peruse and look at.
Well, I'm clicking on it, but nothing's up. Now something pops up.
I said double click.
You gotta double click.
Though, on default, when the game launches, Corey, just for your information, it's not clear when we should press that button, and if we want to do anything else, we have to be out of the journal button. So if there is
pin it.
stuff,
Pin it.
maybe let us know.
Pin it.
So that we
Pin
can
the little window that pops up when you open the text. Pin that, and then if there's a journal entry on the page, you can open up that pin and it'll show you that journal entry. There's a little pin button at the top right corner.
Yeah, I know, but it only
I've been doing.
pins. It's not going to show me when there's a new one.
Yeah, it did for me right now. I did it back in the house scene where we were at with the spider house, and it did the exact same thing for me this time. I didn't even click the buttons to see it. I just opened it up from there.
I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say. It does not matter.
Okay, well, out of character, this doesn't really mean anything to me.
Well, you can say that in character.
So,
The chains of webs or shackles of the spider. Fear, desire, regret. The spider spins for all these. The spider creates to destroy and destroys to create. Create is never a sin. Embrace existence. I feel like I figured out the puzzle here before the things. Yeah, the dance. It was the dance, right? The dance of sin. Is that the right dance?
dance
Am I making sense to anybody else?
sin?
Possibly could be. I was gonna ask Corey if I could make a composition roll to interpret to make the interpretation of the mantra clearer to dice.
Can you share the book with me?
Before we do that, just
Corey?
so that we're all aware, I think last game you guys were talking about wanting to follow the ninjas, but if we sit here and debate over what it means, what the lantern notes mean, we're going to lose our opportunity. So we might want to decide if we're going to do that or not, because we need to commit before we do anything else. Because they are currently fleeing.
Well,
I'll be
we did
back.
discuss before that if we did try to chase them down, they might have like a stronghold set up to where that could be a trap in and of itself, and we could be putting ourselves in more danger than necessary. At this point in time, like, we have air to breathe, and we could probably at least get ready for their next ambush before they try to get us.
If we keep
Again.
letting them ambush us and then retreat, they are at an advantage. If we force the fight to them while they are wounded and frightened, then we are at an advantage. Even if we don't fight them and we just stalk them back to their camp, and we can get so much information, like their numbers, how well supplied they are, how well armed they are, how many reinforcements they have, what do their camps look like. How many horses do they have? What are their supplies looking like?
Most of those questions are probably answered with the simple expedient of more than us or better than us.
I mean, that leaves us without agency, though, to like do something against them.
True,
If
but
we keep letting them attack us on their terms, they will win eventually. So we need to do something about it.
How about this? Y'all figure out the dance, and maybe I can go scout it out.
I'm going to try circling this and seeing where the shortest distance is. Because, like I said, I can just.
There's a
use
dance.
technique to get there.
There's a dance. We got the book. The book has the dance of regret, or it's like the dance of regret or the dance of sin or something like that. And that was what their mantra was in the house, was that they were rewriting the rules of, or like the perspective of the original sins. The sin of regret, the sin of fear, and the sin of desire.
Before you go, Kuranagi, could you perhaps use Path to Inner Peace on me, because I did retain some pretty bad injuries from the last ambush.
If I do this, you have to agree to do the dance.
Of course. that much I can do. Dang. So I'm lightly wounded and severely wounded in water and
I can't do anything about severely wounded, but I can do the lightly wounded. So
water.
get back your lightly wounded, and you'll get back strife equal to the total successes. So, or to my water ring. So three fatigue, three strife, and remove your lightly wounded condition.
Okay, so I'm still severely wounded, so I'll try to tend to it after the dance or before, unless Moshi Sora can help with the severely wounded.
I absolutely cannot.
Only
Well,
medicine and rest will help with that.
all right.
There's
It's literally
not
the
much
only
that
thing that
can
can-
do.
It's
that
literally the
anybody
only
can
thing that
do.
can deal with severely wounded.
Yeah.
Well, Daisuke will definitely participate in figuring out what sort of dance will work.
It's in the book. We have a book.
Yes, I have a book of holy dances.
And that book.
We took a look at 2 of them already. Zen Wind Feathers and Satisfy the Hungry Dead are both not promising.
But there's one about sin, right? Which one is the one about sin?
Yeah. The next one is Key to Benton, which doesn't sound promising. And then there's Purge of Sin, Riverstone Fury, and Bayushi's Lies.
Purge of Sin. That's the one I was talking about. That one I feel like is the most, like, has the highest, highest percent chance of being effective. I'm jumping on my horse.
Okay.
I am not a big fan of us splitting up again, considering what happened last time.
Yeah,
so
let's
now
stick
I have to make
together.
sure that we need to just all go. This is not the move. You might be able to go invisible and be super quiet, but your horse doesn't do that. It makes noise. And we should be nearby in case you get spotted.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a Naruto-style ninja run technique.
Well, that's exactly why we should all go together.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna move myself and Hayate And yeah, Kissa Satoru there.
Well, I have no problem with which way we decide to go, no matter what. Y'all want to do the dancing when we come back? Okay.
There's no time limit on the dancing. You can do that at any point.
Yeah. So I'm good to go with you. Though
Are we?
I don't think I need to do the dance to get there, but the dance is probably going to be faster.
Are we tracking the ninja then?
If we want to press the advantage that we have right now,
Anyone?
because we just gave them a run for their money, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, the next time they attack us, now that they know that they can't fight us, they might just try to kill the horses. We really need to not let them have any more advantages over us. They know everything about us. We know nothing about them, and that's a bad move.
From
We
what
are at
I've
a
no-
tactical disadvantage.
Well, from what I've noticed, they've mostly focused on trying to get Kitsu Satoru away from us. So that is one of the main reasons that they're going after us in the first place.
What better way to get him away from us than free him and destroy our horses?
Well, perhaps we should, but if they do a counter ambush, how would we go about, well, making it more advantageous towards us?
We are doing a counter ambush. We are following them as they limp wounded back to their hidey hole.
They broke and scattered in different directions.
We need to go now. We
All
are
right.
wasting way too much time sitting here talking about it.
Well, I'll follow along. Lead the way.
Okay. Y'all want to track them? I'll let you do this in one of two ways. You can do a survival check with only one person, and they'll have only one person, or you can all combine your roles, but they also get to combine their talents as well.
Well, I mean, I could
There's
still...
more of them than us.
Yeah, I can still do, like, the soul survival check where I have, like, a ring, 4 ring in water, since it's survey.
Aren't you like majorly wounded in water? Or is that air?
Air. That's air right now. Like, I've healed in water, though, so...
Then that's probably the best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to
And
me.
as long as Daisuke gets assistance, too, I could keep
We
more
can't.
die. Oh,
He
can't?
just
One
said we can't do
person
that.
or
Oh, okay,
everyone for both
Okay.
teams.
Okay, gotcha. So...
They
I'll-
get way more assists. There are like probably a dozen of them still.
And they're probably better at skullduggery.
That's what I was
than
gonna
you are at
say.
survival.
The trade group.
Okay, so I'll do water survival. And
So roll
what is
good.
the TN, Corey?
I think it's a,
It's
I think
contested.
it's
It's
a
gonna be
them versus
contested.
us.
Oh, contested.
So you'll roll and try to get as many successes as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll set it at TN1. So,
Set it at TN 0.
I didn't know I could do that. All right. Okie dokie. Trying to see my dice, but wait, I swear I had well, I swear I had an exploder.
You can use our bond to re-roll one of them if you want to try. If you want to keep a strife and try to go for another success instead of an opportunity.
Yeah, let's do that then.
I think you saw Corey's exploder.
I
Yeah.
also have rerolls for this kind of stuff.
Well, okay. At least I got. Ugh. wonderful.
Oh, what just happened? What the fuck?
Yeah, I noticed something weird happened. You had a whole bunch of dice there, and now you're just down to the one.
I win!
No.
No, he had like
Hold on.
6 successes showing.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
That was so broken.
Well, he could only keep 3 of them, but he had an exploder too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ignore this die roll. Instead, I'm going to do this.
Rebuild your old one.
Yeah, I'm just going to rebuild it.
I can rebuild it.
This. This. This and this. There we go. And I was keeping this one, and that one. I don't know why I only kept one of those, but... What just happened? The fuck just happened? Hold on. This becomes this. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to... This becomes this. Okay, now this, and this. Finalize this step.
So 4 against 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Dead even.
Give me a second. Gotta do a quick search in the rulebook. No results found. What are contested roles called in this? God dang it, I hate when they change the words of what they are just to because of copyright and stuff like, oh, we gotta make it different. Of competitive checks. Okay.
Competitive makes sense.
Competitive does. The character with the most bonus successes or smallest shortfall performs the task best, most quickly or most efficiently. GM needs to compare the performance of 2 or more characters on similar checks where neither is clearly resisting the other. Each character's bonus successes or shortfall. The character with the most bonus successes. Doesn't say any. Universal tiebreakers.
What if they're equal? Do you just roll again?
Many effects explain how to break this between characters, but sometimes there might be a stalemate if these values are tight as well. In these cases, PCs supersede NPCs. Adversaries supersede minions. If there's still a tie, so you win!
Okay.
You
talk
just
about a lucky
barely
break.
managed to find them.
Because he's an NPC.
Because you're more important to the story.
That's right.
Main character powers activate?
Exactly.
If there is still a
Kaioken
tie...
times 10.
Here's the thing, if there's still a tie, that means you flip a coin or play rock, paper, scissors. Who made this game? Why?
I would just roll again at that point. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, right?
What if it's a minion against a minion and they're both NPCs? Like, who plays rock, paper, scissors against whom?
Like, what the...
Obviously, Corey plays against himself, but he has to be blindfolded so he doesn't know what he's going to throw.
You have to surgically cut my corpus callosum. So
So Also, his right hand doesn't know what his left hand
That's
is
right.
doing.
It's simple. Simple mechanics here.
Oh my
In all
god.
honesty, like from what I saw earlier, I could have sworn you had like way more successes. I'm like, oh no.
No, I can only keep
Yeah,
2
but he
dice.
has less dice to keep.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay. You know what would have been better is if it was like, oh, the person with the higher focus, the person with the higher vigilance, or the person with the higher honor, or the person with the like.
That's the smart thing to do. Yes, I agree.
There are so
But
many numbers on
how
this
many-
sheet.
How many times are you going to get to see your GM put on a blindfold and throw hands with himself? Come on.
I think
I mean,
focus would have
it's-
made more sense here.
Okay.
I got a focus of 5 and a vigilance of 4, so
I actually think vigilance would make more sense here because it's
Yeah, you're trying to spot somebody.
or like your vigilance versus their focus or something because you're trying to beat their receptiveness or whatever.
Okay, you're charging off through the woods on your horses, stopping every once in a while because you have to figure out if you're actually on their trail or not.
Yeah, we
which-
gotta let Daisuke get on the ground and sniff so we can pick up their scent.
their sniffer
Yep.
bird like ruffles his feathers.
He's like Scooby-Doo. When he's snuffling the ground and then points.
Yeah, we give him a Scooby snack.
His
and he just
Scooby
goes.
snack is Kuranagi lets him sleep peacefully tonight.
I was
Yeah, I
gonna
don't drop
say
in my knives in
he's
the middle
just
of the darkness.
With like
sniffing
the
around
cast
for
on his
food.
tent by the campfire.
Um,
Yeah, by the time you finally fall asleep, you hear a ree fall in the background.
Yeah, the ree just rings out into the night, terrifying everyone.
What was that?
I'm gonna have to make a camp here.
I mean, the
Ooh,
last thing you want to hear in the
camp.
middle of the night is Rutro Raggy.
Rutro Raggy.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Ooh, it's the pretty sparkly
Derek,
rose tree.
I'm gonna unplug your computer for that one.
You should. I don't think anyone
I
else
don't
heard
think
it.
anybody heard the horrible, horrible thing that just came out of his mouth.
This
Nah.
is good.
Ugh,
Trust me, you didn't want to hear it, but
ugh.
Sasha won't be sleeping tonight. What?
Whoops. I want to delete all of the PC's.
It hurts so bad. I don't know
Here we
what
go.
it is. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's eating over.
Okay. Do I have? What do I have here? I did not make a thing. I didn't think y'all were gonna go after it, but apparently you are.
We could do theater
Apparently.
of the mind. I don't know that we need a physical campsite.
Oh yeah, there's a fuck ton of these people, and y'all are going right towards it.
Well, we were gonna hold off and
Yeah, we're gonna scout. We're not gonna like charge into the middle
You
of
don't-
their camp.
Okay? When are you stopping and when are you scouting?
I mean, I figure as part of like being able to catch their trail, we're like surveying the area. We can start to hear noises in the distance or see signs of like activity and stuff, and then
I
we
think
can
what we
decide
should
to
do-
hang back.
What I think we should do is a collective delivery check
You
to,
know,
to determine how well we can like pause, put the horses away, quiet ourselves, and then from there start scouting. Once we've gotten a certain distance out, I don't know what that distance is, but someone who actually is a tracker would know better how to judge like how old these tracks are given the like amount of time we've been running. And
Okay.
then pause at a
yeah,
certain
something
distance out
along
and
the
say,
lines of, "Oh, I noticed there are a lot more tracks now."
Yeah,
Sure, that makes sense.
Or there's scouts in the trees, or signs of like scouting posts,
Or like
built,
the
like
blood
scaffolding.
has the blood splatters are fresh here.
Or there's a lot of hoof prints already in the
So,
dirt. and stuff.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So you do
And
find
then-
a lot more tracks all of a sudden through a certain area. Horse tracks.
Well, we weren't initially following horses. This is
All right, I suggest
new.
y'all.
And this is where we can
Oh,
hang back and
I'm
wait
sorry.
for Kuranagi to go
Crystal
scout.
was saying something, and I think we both.
Oh, just
Sorry, Crystal.
well, the people we were following didn't have horses, so this is new.
Yeah, this must be where their camp is.
Well, if they're catching up to us, they have to have horses.
Well, yeah, but
There's
they didn't
no way they
attack
can
us
keep
with
up
horses.
Well, yeah, because they didn't want us to kill their horses.
So then what I suggest is that we get off the horses, wrangle them up somewhere here, quietly. Y'all keep an eye out, just in case anyone stumbles upon you, and I'll go ahead and do some scouting. Is there any other scouts that would like to come scout with me? Isn't there scout abilities?
I disagree about the getting off the horses. We should stay on the horses so that if any of their scouting party comes back, we can move to a agreed upon location to regroup with the people who are out scouting and not get into another skirmish.
So, at the very least, if things do go south, we can turn tail and make our way, well, away from the
Okay.
enemy.
First off, where's our rendezvous? Back at the house?
Back at the
temple?
the
The
temple,
shrine?
the shrine, yeah. 'Cause
Two.
we can all make our way back there.
Is the other scout wanting to come scout with me?
Sure.
Okay. I was waiting for that one. And then 3, y'all keep an eye out here. If I get into any trouble, I have a humming bulb arrow. I can fire the humming bulb arrow and draw attention to you. Or draw your attention.
If you're firing that arrow, does that mean you need us to come to you? What does that mean exactly?
Good question. What
Yeah.
is it better for y'all to flee if I get captured?
I would say it would depend on if you're hearing screams as well.
Well,
If you're just hearing the arrow, probably a good idea to run because we'll be trying to flee at that point.
Hold
anyway.
on. The arrow is made to be used when you're outside of the range of, you can yell at somebody. The whole point of the arrow is
Yeah,
you
you're
can
not going to hear it.
the sound
Yes,
travels
but-
further.
Yes, but I was in the middle of sentence when the world interrupted me,
Sorry.
talking in character.
Just
So
wanted to make sure you're
what I was saying, if all you hear is the arrow and no screams, yeah, flee. But if you're hearing screams, that means we're close enough for you to help us.
I'd say if you hear the arrow, run.
No,
Regardless.
no. If we hear the arrow, that means you are in trouble, and we need to come to you because you think it is a manageable fight. That's what that needs to mean. Because if you are captured and it is not something where we can do anything about it, then the arrow is a wasted signal. And
Except that
you guys should be focusing on not
captured
getting
too.
captured. You guys should be focusing on not getting captured in the first place, even if it means you don't get enough information.
Regardless, I think if I send off the arrow, you should all run. That should be the signal. If I need assistance, we can find another way to get assistance. If I am shooting off a humming bulb arrow, that is usually a sign that things are dire, or maybe that they are sending somebody out to you and you need to reposition and get away. I think that's probably a better solution, because we probably are not going to be in a place where we can come and do a skirmish inside of a bit large camp without it going very badly.
Okay.
Don't forget to use our bond ability to tell Naurin if you're in trouble without actually telling Naurin you're in trouble, if you need that.
Okay.
That's the best method of communication over long distance that we have.
Yeah, if you're not going to be there, then absolutely. There's always the option of, we need help.
And if we get separated for whatever reason and y'all need to run, we will all meet back at the shrine.
Don't do anything risky. Just get
Oh,
as
of
much
course.
information as you can and then get out.
And lights and fires. Got it.
Okay,
No.
now before we split up, does anybody still feel fatigued from our last battle?
Naren is.
I could totally use some like a back massage.
Well, I can't do a back massage, but I can pull out
Daisuke cracks
a
his
fire
knuckles.
spell.
I got
So-
lucky and was never targeted. I'm just a bit stressed, is all.
I'm just gonna whip out my katana of fire spell. There's a good chance that I will need a weapon at some point in the near future, so I might as well cast it now and help out my friends.
Is anyone still injured? Because Kuranagi also doesn't have any fatigue at this point. I do have strife, but there's not much we can do to get the strife.
Well, Daisuke will try to treat his severe wound while
Gonna take
waiting.
time.
Let's see, that was... Yeah,
But I guess you'll have
2
time.
and I'm gonna use the opportunity to make it my customary bow staff.
Can we find somewhere to dig in and that's kind of like out of the way while we wait? Like a place where we're not like right in the middle of a path or something like that? But
You'd
we
have to
would
get
have
off your
decent
horses
view.
to like maneuver them through the trees.
Yeah,
Probably.
but you can try and find somewhere to hide.
But we don't need to like tie up our horses and leave them. That's not a smart idea.
Yeah, no. I wasn't even suggesting you do that.
Well, you making your roll?
Oh, medicine roll? Give me a sec.
Well,
I think that's a downtime activity, so it'll be
Yeah,
what you're
just
doing.
it'll take like something. It's something you're gonna do when the others are gone and doing their scouting, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's what I was intending to do.
Okay.
TN2?
It's
No.
TN4.
4.
It's a TN4 water roll, I believe.
Medicine water.
Well, I'm glad
And-
I invested so much in water then.
anybody who wants to line up to get fatigue washed away, you can take off 6. I'll poke you
How's
with my
Naren
stick.
doing?
Can it be an assisted
Naren has a
roll?
lot of strife, but
Can it
Can it
be?
be an assisted roll?
It's just the strife side for me.
Can somebody assist you? Sure. I don't see why
Yes.
somebody can't assist you.
Me and James can't.
yeah,
Everybody
Naren
else
will
can.
assist you.
Thank
Do you have medicine?
Actually, somebody needs to be keeping watch and not assisting with Daisuke. So would you rather help Daisuke, or are you better at taking watch?
I
and just
can
keeping an
assist
eye out?
Daisuke. Medicine,
Yes, medicine.
I am skilled.
All right, thank you.
There you go.
Just
Make
that
your roll.
Naren does not have a lot in the skills that are good for looking at things. So
All right, making the roll. Okay.
It's a lot of successes.
And bonus successes will help, or
No, nothing.
No.
There's.
It's just
Alright.
you do or you don't remove the condition.
I think it stages it down to a light wound.
yeah,
Yes.
it becomes a light wound in that ring instead of a severe wound.
all right. Well,
You're basically sewing up the gouge in your side or whatever.
mhm.
But you were injured in your ear, so like your throat or something? Jesus.
Oof.
I don't know. I can't keep
Okay.
track of what they consider to be what ring.
The guys doing stealthy stuff. Y'all can make a skullduggery roll.
Is it individual or is it combined?
I can say you can combine it. Yeah.
In that case, I think I should be the one to roll it because I can use small stature to re-roll 2 of the dice.
Sure. What's your skill?
My skullduggery's at 2, and all of my rings are at 3, so it doesn't matter which approach we choose.
I have a 3 in skullduggery, so we'd be rolling 7 dice, keep 4.
In that case,
Yep.
you might be better off, the better choice then. I just have the ability to re-roll 2 of them.
It's air. It's going to be skullduggery air.
Yeah, so I'd be rolling 7 keep 4.
7 keep 4.
And then
Yeah, I'd be rolling 5, keep 3, but able to re-roll 2 of them.
Yeah, hers is better.
I don't know. I think they're pretty even. Do whatever you guys want.
Oh, it was a hidden TN, so you can gain a void from that.
okay. I put the TN to 0, but
Yeah, it's a hidden TN.
well, I hit a TN4 with a opportunity, and I'll spend that opportunity to be more subtle.
Okay. As you start...
And I have 2 in Skullduggery, so you can ignore 2 of those strife.
That's what I did.
As you move silently through the woods, getting closer to this camp, you notice that there are Bushi walking around, like full armor Bushi.
So Scorpion Bushi.
Uh-huh. And you kind of sneak past one and you get a good look at the camp, and it's like an army squad. There's like a standard regiment of like Bushi, as well as the ninja who are getting their wounds checked and getting healing done from a Shugenja.
What do they call it? It's like a hybrid force, but there's a term in the military.
I'm not sure, but this is base camp for them, right? It's a protected place where they can, and then they go. These are the guys, the ninja are the one who go out and ambush, because these guys can't do that kind of. You'd see them a mile away coming.
Okay.
Get your Molotov cocktails ready.
This is a pretty large force then.
And they do have horses.
They have horses. Okay.
But I don't know.
Well,
Make a
that's good to
tactics
know.
roll. Make a tactics roll. TN2. Tactics. Fire.
Does do you have tactics?
James.
Yeah, James.
Yes, I do have tactics.
You might want to make the roll, and I'll assist you.
Okay.
Do you have tactics?
I do not have tactics.
So you're just getting a +1 ring die. +1 to your ring. TN2. You will not click assistance. You will just increase your ring by 1 on the.
Okay. And this would be air for analyze, right?
Fire, he said.
Fire for theorize.
Fire for
probably?
theorize. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Does short let you reroll fire checks? Please.
I don't think they'll let me reroll the tactics because it's for where my small size would be useful, like in hiding and stuff,
Yeah.
Yup.
not in figuring out what they're doing. But I think what I'll do is I'll keep the 2 opportunity and not worry about the rest, and use those 2 to make it easier for you to do this roll, because this is a thinking roll. We both can try.
I'm not sure what they're doing. maybe you can figure it out?
Okay, I'll try.
This and this and this, and that would be how the opportunity.
What do you mean you assisted? You're done.
Yeah, you already tried.
You're both looking around. You're
Then
both trying to
what I would
figure out
say-
things. You're not coming up with anything. This looks
You're
like
keeping opportunity. Look at the fire opportunity and see if there's anything specific that you could use from that opportunity.
Oh, I'll go with notice
Like
something
notice something-
missing or out of place that may not be directly related to the task.
Interesting.
It may be I notice an absence, such as a lack of shoes, indicating the occupant isn't there. That kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
all
I
That's
notice
what the book
something
says.
missing from this group.
Every shoe is missing, but only the left ones.
Or footprints that lead to nowhere.
Something you would notice. Or something you would notice that's not there.
Right. Something that might give us some information by its absence.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Like, if it was noting something that's there, maybe. Noticing something that's not there. There's not enough horses for all of the men.
That is definitely something as a unicorn I'd be noticing an absence of. Why are there so few horses?
It's not like there's not a lot of horses. You're just...
Compared to the number of people,
yes.
that still means, as a unicorn, my statement would be, why are there so few horses? Because as a unicorn, I'm used to one person, one horse. Anything less than that, why is there so few?
The term you're looking for is foot soldiers.
Okay, I have an idea. We should go back and inform the group of what's going on, but I also think we should do something to draw their attention away from us. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but we have two options, which is just get out and try to capitalize on the time advantage we'll have while they lick their wounds, or two, try to distract them into a different direction to lead them away from where we intend to go. Either way, we should start heading back before we get caught.
Yeah, I don't think we really have time to do the lead them somewhere else.
Oh, I think we do. I just don't think we have it right here.
We'd have to circle around them and then circle back while our friends are waiting.
No, I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. But let's get back toward where we're going, and then we can discuss it more where it's easier to talk. So we'll break away from the camp so that we're not close enough to be overheard.
Okay.
As we start heading back, I will say it shouldn't be difficult for the majority of the group to get back to the shrine and then perform whatever task it takes to uncover the like koan on that shrine. And while they're doing that, someone else go into a different direction and like light a fire or do something like that, which may make them think that we're headed in the opposite direction. And then when we get back, to the shrine after everything's been figured out, we can then head back to the house and then move on to the next area, further to the southeast.
Move on to the sage, not the house.
Yes, exactly. But that's something we can probably discuss with the rest of the group, see what they think.
True. I can say that I think the only way a distracting fire rather than an attacking fire would work is if we circled around and just set a fire in the woods, but I don't know how effective that really would be.
I think if they thought we were camping somewhere, that would be enough cover for us.
Yeah, but I
They
think
might
that's
waste
not
resources
enough.
or time going and investigating.
I think that they think we're smart enough to not be camping anywhere near them. So if they saw a strange fire, they wouldn't assume it's us.
Well, who else?
Somebody from
They
the
just
village
live
of
here. They wouldn't
flowers,
risk
somebody
lighting
from the
fire.
village of spiders, somebody from the village
They
of
wouldn't
blood.
risk. They wouldn't risk lighting fires in the place that they live.
Maybe it's the ratlings, maybe it's the naga. There's all kinds of beings in these forests. Maybe it's even freaking gaki.
I think it would be
rumored to be here.
prudent. I think it would be prudent for them to at least devote some resources to checking, which slows them down even more. But let's see what the group has to say.
So we head back.
All right, you guys make it back. It's been a while. Daisuke's got bandages on.
His forehead.
Yeah.
He's got like a face mask. He's
Air his face, neck, and ears.
doing his
Somehow, he's been bandaged while sitting on Hayate so that our prisoner is bandaged to his back like an oversized adult papoose.
a boost.
Okay, so
Okay, I
Satoru
will
looks
take-
horrendously uncomfortable, and
I will-
Daisuke is like miserable.
I will look up, and Naurin will be the first one to tell. Like, Kuranagi looks worried. She'll be like looking at her like there is a lot of them, and then she'll look up at the group and go, "So we were able to scout their camp. There's a lot more of them than we thought."
How many is a
Oh,
lot?
so they sent an entire
An
regiment
entire
after
detachment.
us.
It's a full combined cohort.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's combined arms. They have Bushi, there are Shugenja, there are there are cavalry, there are infantry. There is a full force out here.
Rough estimate? Like, I don't, Osili, have any idea about anything military, so those terms do not help me understand how many people are there. Are we talking like 24? Are we talking like 50 people? Are we talking like 100 people? Like, what's the scale here?
We're talking about 20 people.
So close to 24. Maybe there was.
I said it's a
24, but they
squad.
lost a couple. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of like we have like 100 people after us. I was like, ooh.
Not an army.
And was it like a third less horses, half the number of horses I was expecting, or what? Because it was fewer. Corey, that question was directed at you.
The horses?
Yeah. Was
Yeah,
it a
it's
third
about-
less than expected, half? What?
There's about half.
They only got like around 10 or they only got like 10 or 12 horses. It's weird that few.
It's probably because they only have so many higher ranks in that cohort, and the rest of them are just, well, from my assumption, foot soldiers. Ones
It
who
might
weren't even
have more
given
to do
horses.
with what each person's purpose is.
Well, they're keeping intelligence on us, as far as I can tell, and if they sent that many people to go after us instead of that smaller squadron that we faced off against, we might have quite a bit of an issue trying to dodge away from them. Perhaps what we could
have trouble getting around them. They likely have different forces designed to go at different speeds. A supply route coming up behind them, and then the people who are meant to keep up with us.
Oh, yes, that does make sense.
Kuranagi, did you happen to see which one was the supply tent?
No, I couldn't make out the differences. Scorpion are really good at hiding what their resources look like. We've learned. Fight the lion enough times and you start to learn to hide your group distributions and resources.
Unicorn also like to target those things.
Yeah, but we haven't had as many exchanges with you guys as we have with the lion.
Having a
Feels
whole
like
mountain
every
range
other day
between
they have
us
a-
does tend to cool the ardor for war.
No, you'd think the same thing about the lion, but they seem to come right down Sekitsu and then start causing trouble.
Yeah, but they also have an open plains on one edge with you guys. Unicorn just has the mountain range.
Just say it's not great dealing with them.
Well, one solution I can think of is that perhaps we can try to double our speed towards our destination and try to be as far ahead of them as possible, and perhaps create some signals that would inform, well, our group in particular, whether or not we sense an ambush happening. I had my suspicions, but unfortunately, when I announced my suspicions, that's when they struck.
We need to have some sort of code word then, in the event that we see Ninja, without saying, "Oh, look, there's Ninja." Something. It should be something completely innocuous. It should be something completely innocuous, but something we would not say with frequency.
Do you smell smoke?
That's not innocuous.
No.
Yes, it is. Walk
It's
into a forest,
suspicious,
suddenly
which is
smelling
exactly what a
smoke.
signal should not be to those who are listening.
I was checking up on one of the horses when I noticed something was off. So if I were to say, if one of the horses were being skittish, and then I announce, "Do you smell smoke?" it would seem quite out of place. Perhaps we could use the horses seem a little nervous, but
No.
that probably no. That doesn't sound quite right to me either.
It should be something.
What about whistling?
It should be something like Hayate needs to rest soon.
I don't.
Specifically, one horse. Then someone else asks a question in reply. How about in the next hour? And if the other person says, "That sounds like a good plan," then we understand that that phrase was meant to convey that there are ninja watching us, instead of the horse actually needing to rest. It is innocuous. It is something that could come up at conversation at any time, and it does not sound suspicious if there is someone listening.
That's better than what I had in mind. I thought your phrase should be, "Ew, a used condom."
I mean, my
Middle of
next
cinnamon.
one was, has anybody seen those berries we found a few days ago? They
you-
were so tasty.
You could find that in the middle of the woods. I find them all the time in the middle of the woods.
That's not a condom, Corey. That is snakeskin.
I was also thinking something more along the lines of foraging. Not for condoms, for berries.
But yours was way
Can you
better.
forage for condoms?
So I like Naren's idea. And we could add foraging as another one of our code phrases too. It'd be better. It'd be better if we had multiple code phrases, so that way we don't become dependent on just one.
Well, let's head back to the shrine and start making a move because we have a slim
Slim window of
amount of time
opportunity.
where they're going to lick their wounds before they're back onto our trip.
Whoops, I hit the wrong button.
Yes, let's find a way into the shrine. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to go over that dance.
I think I'll have Daisuke look it over too. Perhaps he could help speed up the process. I do have a performance of 2, or a composition of 2, to kind of help interpret it.
I mean, it's drawings. They're drawings.
Okay, y'all are back, and it's the middle of the night.
And the ninja's body slowly rises up. It's like, oh crap.
I have performance. Can I do the thing again and try to
Take a
figure out the
look
dance?
at my book.
You see the dance, you can try and figure out the dance, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You thought Purge of Sin would be the one to look at?
You can
let's
practice
look
it all
over.
night and camp here if you want. It's not a bad place to camp.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll toss my hand to the ring.
Okay. It's gonna be an earth performance. But like if you're practicing all night, you're gonna have a hard time the next day.
I will eat when the time comes, I will eat a medicine ball.
Sounds good.
I'm
Probably
just
not
going to go
practice all
ahead and
night.
get sleep because, as I stated, I'm sure I can get through the webs without disturbing them. Might take me a while, but I am 100% certain I can.
You know, it probably would be better for Daisuke to rest, even though he is lightly wounded now. I think rest would do him some good.
What's the TN to
Rest will
accomplish
do
this?
everyone good.
2. TN2 earth performance. Oh. Well, that sucks.
Hayate, what are you doing?
Hayate is drawing.
Okay, I think I learned it.
Okay.
Give him his
You
horse-sized
do learn it.
crayons.
You do learn it by the morning, but by the morning, it's lightly raining and the fog is not let up.
Damn it.
And
The
it's
weather
50
has just
degrees.
continued to get worse along this entire trip.
Yeah, it's just bad weather.
Colder and colder, and then we have fog, and now we have rain too. It's just nasty. It's wet. It's moist.
I spent the night learning the dance while everybody else slept, and the rain and fog continued through the night and into the morning.
I have a question too. Might be kind of a far shot, but when we come back after camping near the shrine, are all of the ninja bodies that we left there still there?
Oh, yeah.
And like, did anything happen to them?
Nope.
I don't know. Like they have giant mandible marks on them or something. Yeah,
Nope.
just you know, you can never be too careful.
No spider fang marks or anything like that.
No
Their heads are
holes in
still
the top of the
attached.
heads.
Yeah, they're not cocooned or anything.
Okay.
PTSD, post-traumatic spider disorder.
Yes, after her trauma, she now turns into spiders.
The collective of spiders known as Naurin.
When I figure out the dance, does the dance feel like it will help me traverse through the webs?
Actually, guys. Actually, I'm gonna say this, because I just realized something very important.
Yeah.
When you guys do get back in the middle of the night, I guess you didn't even think those dead bodies are missing. Yeah, they are gone.
That's exactly
Oh,
what I was
okay.
wondering about.
They
Yeah.
are
gone.
missing.
They are gone.
I bet the spiders took them. The spiders would take them.
The juices have been slept up.
Are they gone right after we got back from scouting?
Um,
Or are they gone overnight?
the thing is like, we went through our entire thing where we were talking and doing, but like, how long would Narin not know, or would Narin think to check? You can make a roll.
Well, I mean, I did think to check. I said that I would like to check. This is a thing that was on my mind.
So,
Actively, not just like passively noticing. Like, I'd be looking to make sure the corpses are still there.
I just want to make sure, like, it'll be a low TN to figure to do it immediately, because when I said y'all came back, we went through a bunch of things about camping and all of these things, and then you finally said. So I just
Well, I left the room, so that's why. Sad face. Okay,
Just-
what do I need to roll?
make a
I was coughing really bad, so I need to go cough outside.
Oh, okay.
feel
Hold
bad.
on. Give me a second. What kind of roll? I'm gonna say that this should be a sentiment roll. Sentiment water. And
Okay, well, honestly, none of the skills really seem to make sense for this, so whatever.
I'll take a strife and re-roll because
all right.
I don't want to miss out on this. I'll be upset about it. Come on.
There you go. TN1.
I'm very stressed out by doing this, but here.
Okay. Yeah, you go. Yeah, you when you come back, you look around. You don't see the dead bodies anymore.
Okay. Aaron's not good at this, so I need somebody to help me. I want to know what happened to those bodies. I want to know if they're like, I last time I wanted to go and investigate. Nobody wanted to come with me but Youngso, and then we got attacked by ninjas. So will somebody please, can we like go and see if the bodies are like strung up somewhere in a spider's nest around the perimeter? Can somebody help me figure out if there's like blood stains that show that someone was dragged off, maybe by like a person, or if there's new hoof prints or something?
What would the check be?
So I got to go all the way back to this time.
Because I think it's important for us to know if the ninjas were here circling back, in which case they might know that we went to look for
Overnight?
them. No, it's when we come back. The bodies are gone when we come back.
Mm-hmm.
Or if a spider took them while we were gone. I feel like that's important information for us to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what would the roll be to help figure this out?
Well, you can make a survival to track them. I'm going to increase the TN by 2 because it's the middle of the night, and it's hard to see unless it's Tarek, Kuronagi, who can see perfectly in the dark.
Okay, then I'll go help try to figure it out.
I will assist.
I have
You cannot
survival.
assist him because you cannot see in the dark, and he is looking at
Yeah.
things that you cannot.
Well,
Have a
if you've
lantern.
mentioned that the bodies are missing, I will say, oh, I expect the spiders took them. They're probably up here.
TN hidden.
And
Ian, what?
we
Tiana's
can use my firelight to see by.
Survival water? Survey?
The thing is if you start assisting him, the TN goes up again, because now I have to do darkness penalties for you during his assist. So it just makes more sense not to be able to assist him or her.
I just figure we have lanterns and
Yeah, but
firelight
lanterns
and
are going to
stuff.
give you light to a certain point, so if it's high enough, you'd still be
Well,
looking into darkness.
yeah.
I think I'm suspecting that that's what. And I guess I'll spend a void. Terrible. Do you think I should keep 4 successes, or 3 successes and opportunity and reroll to see what I get?
Are you asking my opinion?
Asking the group's opinion.
I think this is potentially very important information.
Should have just kept that.
Well, there's an opportunity.
Yeah, I got it back. Okay.
Not 2 opportunity, but just 1.
Yeah. Just the 1. Does anyone else have survival? Or yeah, sorry, James, you got survival?
Yep. 1 rank in it.
So 5 successes, 1 opportunity. The opportunity will be for water. Water. I'll remove 2 strike from myself. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna do that.
Okay.
for my opportunity.
Just to remind you there, Tarek, command and seafaring are the ones that I don't have. I have everything else.
This is
Can't
what you
believe
notice.
You left command for so late compared to some of the others.
A person here has been extremely diligent in removing these corpses, if it is a person or an animal. If you were just looking around with a lantern, you probably wouldn't see it. And if you were looking around just casually, you probably wouldn't see it. But you do notice that there are pieces of a tree that have been cut down.
That's very strange.
Then, way off in the woods, as you're searching, you find 2 ruts.
Ruts. Like little ditches that were dug?
Not ditches, like ruts, like 2 places where the dirt and leaves have been moved away.
Okay.
Were there by chance 2 bodies? Or
Yeah, there were 2 bodies.
that's convenient.
So it looks like
It doesn't look
2
like bodies.
Well, yeah, but it's where ground has been disturbed. It might be a grave.
Or it could be that they were dragged. When you say ruts, like are you
Yeah,
saying
it does look
long-
like something was dragged, but it doesn't. The areas do not look big enough to be bodies. If bodies were dragged, it would be a lot. These are 2 ruts, and they're parallel, and they're about 1.5 feet across.
So something was dragging something through here. But I'm not exactly sure what was being dragged.
Did Kuranagi find like a path for it, where it goes or something, where it leads?
Oh, it's heading towards the scorpion base.
It is.
Definitely.
Okay.
That's the direction.
Okay. I get 5 words or 6 now?
6. It's 5 plus bond rank, so 7.
7. Okay, so
I mean, I assume we're definitely with you, and that we didn't split up again. You're just the one searching.
Yeah, you guys are trying to help. You want to help. You're not
Yeah,
sure what
we're
he's
not,
looking
you're
at.
not alone. You can just
Well,
talk
then
to
I'll
me.
be pointing out all of the stuff as we come across them. This looks like it was really meticulously done. I don't know who would have done this, though. It doesn't look like they dragged the bodies back, but something was definitely toward the scorpion camp.
What makes you think it's not the bodies if there are 2 indentations?
Because the indentations aren't big enough to be bodies.
Well, the bodies had to go somewhere.
True.
Did they
There was
have a
also a
wagon or
tree-
anything of the
There
sort?
was also a tree that was broken down. So maybe they broke
Made a
down
litter?
wood from the tree and were dragging the bodies on top of wood.
What kind of broken tree? Like a tree was cut down entirely and there's like a stump, or like branches of a tree were broken off.
I didn't get that specificity, so I don't.
The branches of a tree were cut down.
Okay, the
Big,
branches
thick
were
ones.
cut down.
Probably enough around that it could cause these ruts.
So someone chopped down parts of the tree and then dragged them away.
To what end? Do you suppose they fastened the bodies to the limbs of the tree?
Anybody
and
can
used
make a
it to pull
labor roll.
I'm gonna suck at that.
TN. If your honor is above 8, it's going to be TN3. If it's below, it's TN1.
If your honor is above 8,
Yes.
Can you take off the hidden TN thing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
so all of us, 8, not 80. You mean?
Like
So,
80, yeah.
I
I'm sorry.
mean-
If your honor is
Or 80.
8 ranks, if it's 8
Okay.
ranks or higher, so if it's 80 or above, it's a TN3. If it is below 80, it's a TN1.
Did you say what ring we needed to do it on? Fire.
Earth.
Oh,
Earth,
okay.
Or, I'm sorry, Earth or Fire. Earth or Fire.
Oh, well, I just rolled fire and I got 3, so if you see that in the chat. I'll give myself the appropriate strife.
Pays to be dishonorable.
Okay. This is easy. How do you carry more than one person who are dead or unconscious or
Make a stretcher.
make a stretcher? They made a litter
A cart of some kind.
and they put the bodies on it because you don't leave dead people out there. They got families. They're still samurai.
So someone did come and collect the bodies.
Yes.
They managed to get them before the spiders did.
And an additional detail: whoever did this didn't have a horse with them.
They didn't behead them. A typical samurai would have just beheaded them and took their belongings back. So this was definitely recovering the bodies for more than just.
I don't know. People like to have their loved ones back.
They do, but most samurai don't want to touch dead bodies, so they behead the person and then take their belongings back as an offering back to the family.
Well, they usually get
So
the
not-
Edda to come and gather the bodies after
But
a
we didn't
battle or
see a bunch
something
of
like
Edda
that.
here. Exactly, they do. But we didn't see a bunch of peasants walking with them in their
didn't-
battalion.
That said,
Not that we paid attention to that, but specifically, didn't
what's
know
the
they
main
were
what's the
together.
main body of this force?
probably Ashigaru.
Shinobi.
Shinobi. And Shinobi
Exactly.
are
They
dishonorable.
don't care. Yeah, they're not
They
going to
don't
care
care.
about touching the dead body. Exactly. That's why I'm bringing it up, basically.
Or if they
Because
do have
that's
peasants,
the Shinobi
they might also have a very small grouping of peasants to deal with dead bodies for them. And that's what dealt with this and why we didn't see them at the camp, because they were here doing that.
I'll tell you, they did have a couple servants there. They did have
It would make sense, too.
like
And we know
pages.
they
and-
didn't have that whoever came and collected the bodies did not have a horse because they made the litter.
Yeah, they did have pages and stuff that servants to help out at that camp. Okay, I got it.
Well, what that means is that if they were here, they might have left somebody here to watch us. So we should not keep our guards down. For all we know, we are being watched again. They have been here. They might still be here. We should do everything with that assumption going forward.
Probably, yeah. They're watching us probably almost constantly.
Well, whether there are humans watching us or simply spiders, it's always good to have someone keep an eye out.
What's Kitsu Satoru been doing through all of this? We've been really busy. He's usually silent unless he's trying to bother us. But has he been silent this whole time?
Well, y'all have kind of wandered off into the woods. And he's stuck on a horse. But yeah, he hasn't really said a lot. He's been paying very astute attention to whatever's happening.
I'll be right back.
I could imagine him going, they're like chickens trying to figure out what the fox is doing to hunt them.
If that's what you want to believe.
I'm pretty sure that he is taking note. The best thing for him to be doing with this is to be keeping track of all of our plans, because we have to speak in front of him, and the way we operate, so that if he is rescued, he can tell the enemy as much information about us as possible. And also he might be trying to pick up patterns in how we operate in order to give himself an advantage or look for an opportunity to leverage our rituals.
Yeah.
Basically.
Now, Youngso definitely is thinking that Kitsu Satoru should be smart enough to know that these Scorpion aren't actually here to rescue him.
Well, they are.
No, they're here to silence him.
They were here to silence him. They would have silenced him already. They want
They
him
tried.
back.
We got in the way.
No, every time they've come up to him, they've tried to free him. They could have simply killed him at any time.
That's not to say that they don't want to kill him later after they rescue him and get anything that he knows about us out of him, or anything about our goals, anything about our motivations. I fully believe that they would kill him the second he stopped serving their purpose. But the fact is that they are trying to save him as of right now. That is not deniable. If they wanted to kill him, they could do so extremely easily, and there was very little we could do about it.
So, for the time being, he is more valuable to them alive than dead.
Which is perhaps something we should leverage the next time they try something.
Well, it is getting late. There's not much we can do at this hour. I think our current best option is to have some dinner and get some rest. With watches, of course.
All right. day turns to morning, or night turns to morning. It's 7 a.m. Kuronagi has learned her dance. What's going on, guys? What are you doing? It's also lightly raining.
But it's not foggy anymore.
Oh, it's foggy
It's still
too.
foggy.
It's foggy and
It's
raining.
just also rainy.
Luckily.
Yes,
Great.
the weather's gotten even better.
I rolled draw 2 results from the weather table, and it was fog and light precipitation. And I'm like, really?
Like I said, all along this whole trip, the weather has gotten progressively worse.
Yeah, it's pretty miserable out.
It's also cold.
It's 50
like
degrees.
50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yep.
It's nasty.
It's rough out here. If only we had some s'mores, at least we could pretend it was better. We could pretend we were camping.
We are really camping. Okay.
What are y'all doing about this? I think Tarek's gone and cannot play Kuronagi.
He'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, nothing I can really do about my lightly wounded at the moment. I have to wait an in-game week before I could treat it further.
Yep.
Kuronagi will probably try to remove it from you when she comes back.
Definitely appreciate it.
What was I thinking of?
I find it funny with like all the injuries Daisuke has been getting this entire chapter. Like he's been getting his ass handed to him. First those like empty like samurai like armors, and then this ambush. Well, to help fill out the time, maybe I could do a role where Daisuke like learns one of the dances as well. And it was a Earth performance role, right?
You have to spend like hours doing it to memorize the dance. But Youngso, you wanted to just scout around the entire thing. You could have done that at any time. You can see the
I wanted
entire.
to get the rest during the night and have the light to see during the day.
You see
and
the
now
entire.
The fog's getting extra thick.
Yes.
I mean, it's not worse than before.
While you see the entire map, like you can't see the interior of this spiderweb, and you don't know how far in the actual shrine is, and that's the biggest problem.
True. As a player, I can see that back here would be the shortest distance, but my character don't see that, and I haven't gone scouting yet.
All right, Tarek.
And I don't want to split the party and go off by myself in case there's leftover ninjas in the trees somewhere.
Kuronagi knows the dance.
What does this dance do?
Ding, 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 ding.
I got the monster dance. The monster dance.
What would you like to do with this dance?
Does it look like it will get me through webs?
How would you like to determine that?
The body motions that the thing is instructing me to do they look like they are deft enough to get through the like holes in the webs?
So,
Facing the distribution of weight.
Here's the deal. You can't see very far because of the fog. But also, I need you to make a roll to understand the webs and the movement. right? So it's probably going to be a performance.
Void.
Yeah, void will work.
Void or, I mean, earth for something that's memorized.
I'll also let you do meditation if you want to do that instead. To meditate on this problem and try and see what you can do about it.
What's TN?
For performance, it's going to be TN3. For meditation, it's going to be TN2. Tell you right up.
Well, I don't have any ranks in meditation, but I do have ranks in performance. So I guess I'm going to do a performance check. Performance void, you said?
Uh-huh.
And I'll spend my last void point. Do I have any advantages or disadvantages that roll? I guess keen hearing isn't really best. If I think spiders are going to come down and eat me, though, fear of death might be a...
Not yet. You're just scouting things out for right now. You're not actually getting in there.
Okay. No clue.
Okay. Looks like you could probably do a dance to get in there. It actually looks like, it actually looks like you can dance yourself into that place. With this dance.
Well, I guess it can be danced into. I mean, I spent all night learning the dance. I just will give it a try, right?
Well, do you know what is the effect of this dance?
Besides looking cool, I don't.
I mean,
Purging
each
yourself
of the
of sin?
others seems to have a spell-like effect.
Not really. They all
Really?
had they all had a purpose,
Uh-huh.
and this one does too. It's Purge of Sin, and it is about trying to absolve yourself and focus yourself and not have fear. Or it's trying to make you not have fear, not have regret, and not have the third thing. Desire. Fear, desire, and regret. It's trying to make you not have those things.
Embrace existence.
Okay.
It's purging you of them so you can get rid of them in your life. Whether the dance succeeds in that or not, I think it's more of just a metaphor, and it doesn't actually do that. It's just like, this is what it symbolizes.
What were the other dances? I don't have access to them, so I don't know what they are.
Okay, the list is Zen Wind Feathers, Satisfy the Hungry Dead, Key to Benton, Purge of Sin, Riverstone Fury, and Bayushi's Lies.
I wish I could see those. I don't know how to. I don't think I can.
And from what Corey said before, Satisfy the Hungry Dead is basically performing Commune with Spirits. And Zen Wind Feathers is to center yourself to perform Kiho better. But we don't have any monks here.
So, Tarek, what are you thinking for Kuranagi? What is Kuranagi thinking?
I mean, I think Kuranagi is just thinking, I guess it's time to go.
You know you're just so close, right?
Oh, Sealy, yes. Sealy, Kuranagi is
There's just
doubting.
there's just something, you know, there's just one tiny thing missing. What could it be?
Well, I'm thinking of the poem right now.
Yeah.
The chain of webs are the shackles of the spider. Fear, desire, regret. The spider spins for all of these. The spider creates to destroy and destroys to create.
And it's never a
Create
sin.
is never a sin. Trace existence. Which makes me wonder if, like, the point is to get rid of the webs entirely and, like, not care about the webs.
Yet we were also instructed not to
They
disturb
specifically
You have
said
to
don't
be the
disturb
literal
them.
opposite of that, because the chain of webs are the shackles of the spider, and the spider people wear chains literally, and they embrace those. So it shouldn't be trying to get rid of the webs. It should be like embracing them or something.
So what are the
If anything.
webs?
Shackles.
More broadly and more metaphorically.
I don't know. We've already determined that
The
I'm
webs
not
are
good at
your
this.
fear, desire, and regret.
Which are,
Your sins.
Huh?
right. You have a dance called
Purge of sins.
So. How does that dance interact with this poem? Or this mantra?
If you have sins, the spiders spin for you. So they'll make webs.
So the main point of this of the mantra is to embrace sin, right?
Yeah.
What is the main point
Rather than
of the dance?
the purge sin.
Reject it.
Right. Yet this dance looks like it could get you through the spider web.
But it's not what the riddle is saying to do.
Embrace
Is there
the
a
spider
different
web,
dance that
become
is
the
more in
curtain.
line with what the riddle is saying?
Nope.
Is the riddle just trying to tell you to go? Like,
To just
even if you
embrace
have
it
to
and walk
embrace
into
your
it?
sins, embrace your fear, embrace your desire, embrace your regret, and then
I'll-
if you get stuck,
I'll tell you.
purge
I'll tell you the dance is very important. It looks like the dance can get you through that web.
But you got to do it backwards so that instead of rejecting sin, you're embracing it. I'm being completely serious here. I think that might be the answer here. I might be an idiot, or that might legit be it. So, take that. If it's supposed to be an inverse of what the riddle is, maybe you just inverse the dance and you do the dance backwards. I don't know.
What does
That
everybody
sounds
think?
reasonable to me. Maybe we should practice the dance backwards.
It's up to you, Tarek. It's up to Kuranagi. You are the one who knows the dance.
Okay, I'll try it backwards.
Okay, are you gonna go into the web doing it backwards, or are you just gonna see if that
Yeah.
might work and look through the webs and try and? Are you just gonna go?
I feel like I should just go.
All right.
Embrace the backwards. If you get eaten by a spider because of my advice, I'm really, truly very sorry.
You can use water to adapt or void to attune. your performance, because performance is an aesthetics, is a artisan check, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, it's no, it's not.
Social.
Social. Huh.
But you can always.
Yeah, I'm
kind
going to
of-
use
Yeah,
the other
pick
approaches.
something from a different approach.
They make more sense to be like you can use water to adapt or void to attune. So those are your two options. It's going to be a TN2 because you've learned the dance, you know it. But your fear of death is going to come into play. So you'll have to re-roll. I think it's re-rolling 2 dice.
Two. It's usually 2. Yeah.
Let's see what
Reroll
hits.
2 successes. You wish somebody
Nope.
else learned
Nope.
this. And adds 3 strife.
You don't. You don't re-roll. You just add strife. You just get strife from this. 3 strife and you gain a void. So TN2.
What were you saying? You really wish someone else learned the dance? I mean, I can if you want to, but
It took me all
Yeah.
night to learn it. Oh god! 2 successes.
All right. You start dancing
Dance.
into. Actually, let me show you how this is gonna go. I'm gonna move this out, and I'm going to bring everybody so people on the map can see this. People at home can see the dance. Come on. Okay, there we go.
Go do the safety dance.
More like the unsafety dance.
Are y'all ready? Zoom out your
Uh-huh.
map. Zoom out your map. Here it goes. Boop.
was that to assume that that was actually the right answer?
That
my
was the
really
right
stupid
answer.
suggestion was the right answer.
That was 100% the right answer.
A roll to memorize.
Do
we
the
can't
dance
see.
in
Do
reverse.
the safety dance. Ah.
So that you can not purge yourself of fear and desire and regret. Holy crap, okay, I'm here.
All right, you have successfully embraced sin. Congratulations.
Makes sense for the shinobi to be the one who does this.
At the shrine, you find, like, just in this temple, you just find all sorts of, like, objects.
Oh, really?
From, like, paintings, like, there are some rusty weapons here. There's all sorts of stuff. But in a place of honor, in, like, a statue hand that's coming out of the garbage, and in its grasp is a stick. And on the stick splits in 2, and there's a spider web in between the two parts of the stick.
So it's a slingshot.
Yes. There's like a broken shoji screen here, and a tatami mat that's kind of moldy, and all sorts of stuff.
Nice.
A book.
A book.
Yeah, it's a little water damaged. There's some sandals. There's some cooking gear. That seems all right. I mean, it's big, tough iron.
So the place of honor, there is a stick with a split and a spider web in the middle. Is there a spider in the spider web?
No.
I feel like this is what I'm supposed to take. Is there anything written around here, like on display,
Nope.
like the other shrine had?
Nope.
Okay. I'm assuming this is what I need to take then.
Okay. I'll put it on your character sheet. Let me see here. Characters, PCs.
Slingshot
I
staff.
Whoops.
Oh,
Didn't
hello.
need to put a second one.
I
on there.
learned the technique of the
Shadow clones.
Sage of Spiders, which is the dance of regret.
Oh, you find a Hanafuda playing card.
Okay. I guess I will take that,
Okay.
and I will give it to Matt, so he can hold on to it.
But seriously, guys,
Like,
are we
good
sure
when
we
we can-
don't just want to give all of them to our prisoner?
Put him in his pockets. Do we trust him to not like try to shimmy them out onto the ground though while we
Yeah, like just get rid of them.
just to screw with us? Because I
Okay.
don't.
I believe he would, in fact.
There you go. It's on your
Okay,
equipment.
I have a Hanafuda card. And a butterfly catcher.
You have a butterfly net. Congratulations. That's what it is. It's a butterfly net. It's an insect net.
Excellent, because that's exactly what spiders want. To catch insects.
True. Alright. I will dance
Revolution.
revolution
All
my
right.
way into the past.
I'll bring you back. But I won't, you know. I won't do the funky dance where you come back. You do have to do the dance to come back, but
Yeah, I will do the dance to come back.
okay. You're back with everybody else.
The first thing you had to do was embrace your sins and increase them. And
Embrace
now
my fear.
you've gone in reverse and you're back to where you started.
Yes.
Lose honor equal to your honor for embracing your sins.
Fair enough. I will lose 5 points of honor and still be at 5. Okay. I come back going, oh god, I didn't die here. I hand the what fortune is on the
card?
Hanafuda card?
It says on the card.
Oh, I didn't notice that one.
Kishoten.
Oh, Kishoten. That's the kid one, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
What is
Kishoten
he the
is
kami of?
She.
Yeah,
She-
back.
She is like
She's the fortune of children.
Well, you
So-
should give that one to Naurin because that is one thing that she needs less in her life of children.
I'm gonna still give it to Daisuke, because he opened up and told
everyone about the Hanafuda cards and like
that
Benton's
he wants them
mission.
because he thinks it's part
Oh,
of
I
his
didn't think you
mission.
wanted to carry literally all of them though. But I mean, if you want to, be my guest. I thought I was offering to help by
I'll even
carrying
give
some
you the
of them.
Jurojin one if you want.
Yeah.
All right,
You want to have
more
all the-
curses for me. Yay!
If you want them, I will give them
Yeah.
to you.
Dude,
Perhaps,
I just put
perhaps
the
when
the
Benton
Kish-
makes it obvious as to what these cards are for.
Do you take all of them?
Would it be alright if we could all split the cards so that way one of us carries a curse?
Oh, that's
that-
what I thought.
Is that what you want?
Yes, because I've already got the curse of like which one was it that I picked up from?
Oh, I forgot.
Bishamon?
You have the
Benton?
Bishamon card, which gives you. You should have re-rolled 2 of your dice when trying to heal yourself.
Oh, oops.
It's all right.
You
Don't worry
want
about
to do
it.
that?
No, don't worry about it. We're past that.
Okay.
I also forgot, and I will apologize for this, that I have a battlefield medicine pack that allows me to instantly staunch the bleeding of somebody as long as I'm
Ah.
close to them.
All right.
So if you would have run up next to me, I could have spent a turn, an action, removing
Well-
your bleed.
Well,
Or
something
use
to
it
remember
all
next
here.
time.
So who's taking what card? Because we have a Jurgen card, a Benton card, a Bishamon card, and a Kishoten card.
I'll carry the Benton one. It's I already have her
You've
curse,
already
so-
got that.
I'll take the one we just found. If
You
someone
don't want
wants
the
to give it to
Jurgen one
me.
because you already have an advantage that outweighs it.
No, because I don't want to can't lose my advantage. Absolutely, that's exactly why I don't want to take that one.
Well, how about this way? Whenever we enter a battle, I'll carry all the cards so that way the the curses don't affect
Yeah, you have to
during
sleep.
battle.
You have to sleep.
I don't
with
think
them.
it works as to literally who's holding on to it on the moment. I
Yeah,
think
you
it's
have to sleep, and then once
like
you
an
sleep,
attunement
Whoever
thing.
had them overnight.
You know what? You're right. I did feel that it took effect on me as I slept with the cards in my possession. So maybe what we could do is like switch the cards up so that way the curses don't take hold of us the next day. I'll still keep hold of the Benton one because obviously I have her
How come the
curse.
card is not going onto your
No.
character sheet?
Mm.
For Naren's character sheet, nothing's adding to the character sheet.
oh, she has it locked most likely.
Oh,
Okay, so I see Bentons and Bishamons. You want me to delete Bishamon from my
who's taking it?
inventory?
Who is taking it?
I have one, so I'm not taking an extra.
James or Crystal can.
I mean, I'll keep it because we need you battle ready, but that'll also kind of staunch my battle readiness too.
Which one was that? Sorry.
Bishamon's is
Bishamon?
the one for trying to recover,
strength.
correct?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. From healing in battle and stuff like that. Yeah.
I suppose I can take that hit.
But let me know if it affects you worse than intended. I'll take it back. So he'll hand
Wow.
Mushkisora the card.
Okay.
And I will say also that while history is not necessarily an indicator of the future, I've been coming through relatively unscathed in most of our fights lately. So, same offer that Daisuke just made. You find it's becoming too much of a burden? Hand it to one of us.
All right, guys. Cards are divvied up. No curses have been lifted or granted yet. It's like, oh yeah,
And,
I'll just, we'll put all the cards in a pile and then no one will have it during the night and then we won't sleep on it. So, yeah, see what happens. See
what happens. And Daisuke will ask Koronagi that since he kind of treated his severe injury, maybe she could do another path to inner peace.
Isn't it
treat
once per day?
You did it yesterday, so today's a new day.
Okay, since the Bishamon's curse didn't work on the past one, I'm going to make it work on this roll.
Fair.
So you have to re-roll two successes.
Let me destroy this one and redo it then.
Oh,
I was
jeez.
already past the point where when you said that. So re-roll two successes.
Re-roll two successes. Oh, there you go.
And the Bishamon's curse, that would be for when I'm trying to heal myself, right? Like, just from being a hardy person or whatever.
Whenever you're healing anybody, I believe. I don't know.
Which that's really bad, and James should take that card.
Whenever you make a check that relies on recovering quickly, such as fitness to recover from exhaustion or gravely wounded, or a martial arts check to train for an extended period of time. It's recovering quickly.
Yeah, that's myself recovering. Not when I'm trying to heal somebody else.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, then we're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's not that bad because Kurnagi can heal you, worst case, if you get hurt.
Yeah. I don't have Path to Inner Peace. I can't get it. But at least it doesn't prevent me from, like, healing you guys fatigue and stuff like that. Or trying to staunch your bleeding.
All right, and with that, we are going to end the game here. Congratulations, you finally got the butterfly net of heaven.
Butterfly net of heaven.
It's called the spider silk kite net. And what is it useful for? What can you do with it?
Catching kites.
It is a pole made from a tree branch that splits towards its end. Between the branching ends is a net made of strong spider silk, useful for catching small creatures. It has a range of 1, a damage of 3, and a deadliness of 1.
And
It's fantastic.
I guess it's good for catching spirits.
And if you use it in one hand, it has increased range, so it's range of 2 when using it one-handed. So you can, like, stretch out with your one hand and grab something. Or when you're using it two-hand, you get +1 opportunity for snaring.
Oh, that's nice. I can put it in somebody's face and they can freak out because there's a spider web in their face.
Because there's a spider on the spider web in their face.
No! Oh, God damn it! So if we meet anybody who's scared of spiders, you
Like
just
you?
let me know. God damn it.
All right.
Why you gotta bring up the truth?
I think I got honor. And actually, anybody who took a Hanafuda card, give yourself 3 points of honor. Except for
Already had
Matt.
one, so...
Anybody who took one and didn't have to, get 3 points of honor.
I mean, I didn't have to, but I already had one, so I'm...
I think I gave you honor for that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
I think you gave me glory last time for solving the puzzle.
I'll give you 3 points of glory for solving the puzzle.
Or I was thinking Sasha because she's the one who actually came up.
And Sasha, yeah, both of y'all, you can get 3 points of glory for figuring that out.
Teamwork.
Do we get a half of our void reset when we get a rest?
No, it's at
no.
the start of the new session.
At the start of a new session, which means at the start of every like story, for me, a new game session is the start of a new like
chapter
in the game. So
Does that mean that you're
hit
not the 4 chapters that are in your game, not those, but like when there's a different story beat within those? I'm confused about the verbiage that we're using.
I'm gonna say right now, it's when you hit every domain. So I did hit that button when you reach the spider domain.
Right. I just mean it's not like for the literal chapters of the adventure that you're writing where there's 4 chapters. It's not that literal, right?
Yes, that literal.
No, it's not. Because if we're hitting every domain, then those aren't the actual chapters, like the City of the Rich Frog chapter.
No, not the overall
Unicorn chapter, and then the
Not the Shadow Empire
Forest chapter.
So every season is broken into acts, and in each one of those acts in the season, there were 3 acts in White Horse or White Dragon, Dark Horse. There were 3 acts in Favor of Heaven, and there are 4 acts in this one.
Okay. That's what I was trying to understand. I thought it was like once per big arc thing. Okay, cool. I understand now. We're good.
Okay.
I assume we're in arc 2.
You're in arc 3, or no? You're in arc. You're in act 2 of season 3.
Okay.
Does that make sense now?
Makes
So
sense.
every time we go to a different act is when you reset our void to half.
That's right.
Also, I want to give Kuranagi more points of honor for like being patient with Daisuke and actually like using Path to Inner Peace multiple times on him.
Nah, he
Not
needs
that
you.
big of a
He
deal.
needs you to be at your top.
Yeah.
It helps everybody.
We need each other.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you for watching. If you watched this already through, hit the like button, and I will see you next week for more Cyber Samurai Sunday. From Matt, James, Tarek, Crystal, Sasha, my name's Corey. Go roll some dice.